Hey everybody, it's Chris, MTGO's RexDart. Here's the deck that I'm playing today. This was piloted in the Legacy Champs by this Max Ansbro. It made top 8. Seemed interesting but of all the 8 decks, this was the only one that looked significantly new. Jump into Legacy here with the Splinter Twin combo from Modern. And looking at it, I sort of decided that the way that it was probably supposed to be played was as a combo control deck, because the combo itself is not extremely fast by legacy standards. There's nothing here to power it out, and so really what you're looking to do, I guess, is kind of use these flash guys. Maybe you can just use them as beaters in some situations and just kind of wait until you get there. And because you have a lot of you have the usual cantrip suite, some creature removal here, and a couple of hard to counter spells, the usual dig through time, Jace for instance. And it looked like the creator intended this to be played somewhat more controlling, with just the ability to have the combo kill at the back end. So, but obviously there would be some games where you could just go for it quick if they gave you the opportunity. So anyways, I'm not a modern Splinter Twin player. I have played against it quite a bit, but this was an interesting experience to play with. I had to make one small adjustment from his list. I like you guys, but not well enough to pay $240 to buy 2 misdirections just for this in the sideboard. So I presumed that the basis of those was for decks with abrupt decay, and I considered a couple options, divert for instance, but not being a wasteland deck, that seemed like that wouldn't necessarily get there. The issue would be if you're wanting to build this deck and don't want to drop for misdirections. Again, the issue would be what you could possibly replace that with, and if you look at it, it's a matter of, does this slow you down a turn to have to keep 1 mana up for something when you were trying to go off? Answer yes. So if speed is the primary concern, then you would think something like Spellskite would be better. Alternative, you could drop it early and then not have to worry about it later. But it looked like this deck really wanted to be able to hold counter magic up, play a bunch of cantrips first couple turns, tapping out on turn 2 for Spellskite didn't seem like what it was trying to do at all. So I figured that the best option was to go with some kind of 1 mana thing that gets around abrupt decay, and so I just went with Apostle's Blessing, so I can give my creature protection from black or what have you, and thereby counter the abrupt decay. I also, you'll notice in the sideboard, he's got some relics. Is it Staticaster for the various elemental tokens, monk tokens kind of deal. Sulfur Elemental, also good for the monk tokens. Couple more Pyroblasts. That seems huge. Again, Pyroblasts coming back around to the main deck. I mean, gosh, it's there were 24 brainstorms in the top 8, 6 of the 8 decks, and one of the other 2 decks was Merfolk. So 7 of your 8 top 8 decks in Legacy Champs at Eternal Weekend would have had targets for Pyroblast. So we're getting a little out of control here with blue, and I still believe that something needs to be done. I think if the format banned Brainstorm, heck, banned Brainstorm and Ponder, you would get an enormous shakeup in the format. Now, I mean, some people wouldn't like the format after that, but some people would love it. There'd be a million different things to do all of a sudden. I don't think all of a sudden Aggro, Loam, or Jund would instantly be the best deck. So I think you'd have a lot going on. There's still a lot of options with good blue cantrips, as modern format has shown you. And the fact that these are restricted in Vintage, but you can play 8 of them here, and basically everybody is, tells you a lot. But anyways, for the time being, I thought it was an interesting deck to play, and it certainly has a lot of good long game. I made a couple of miscues here and there, where I sort of think I sort of undervalued my ability to refuel. I kept drawing the Exarchs and Pestermites all day, so probably needed to play around those a little bit differently. And had an interesting game against Miracles, went quite long. but I did get to combo off against him once. So anyways, check out the videos, and thanks for joining me, and I will see you in a couple weeks. But check out some Splinter Twin action today. Hey everyone, it's Chris, MTGO's RexDart, and we're going to be playing Splinter Twin in Legacy. So I hope everybody had a good holiday weekend. College football season kicked off. Had pretty hot weather here in the Midwest of the United States, but I hope you guys had, I guess those of you in the United States are the ones who had a holiday weekend. In other countries, they celebrate Labor Day on May 1st, I believe. Not sure about Canada. This hand has it has half of the combo. It also has removal spell, some control elements. I think that's a pretty good mix. I think I'm happy with that. We're going to keep. Alright, opponent leads on a City of Brass into a Duress. Okay. This is not an opening that you see a lot. Okay, well, there goes the Ponder. So I guess I'm going to go ahead, since I'm not going to be pondering first turn here, I'll just lead with the Flooded Strand. Close that out. So the way that I think you have to play this is, it's obviously not a particularly fast combo deck, so you really have to kind of be playing sort of control combo here. Let the buy enough time there. So trying to figure out what my opponent is on here with a City of Brass. He's some kind of a storm deck potentially. So I have to decide here if I would want to Pyroblast the Ponder at this point, and I I think some kind of 5-color combo deck would be my assumption. So I could get a plateau here to have the white, but really the only reason here to have the white is for explosives. So probably just get another Volk. Grand Coliseum. Boy, I got to tell you, I'm at a loss here. Maybe this is the new future of two-man queues, since they've switched over to play points. But this certainly seems dubious. If you're reaching that far for 5-color lands, boy. Gee, off the top of my head, I can't even really remember which set this is from originally. So, anyway, so yeah, losing that Ponder did hurt and raised the question here of, I guess if I knew that he had another critical blue spell, that was part of his combo, then I probably would have saved the Pyroblast. I guess once I know what he's doing, then I'll know, because optimally, okay, now he's got a Brainstorm. I wouldn't be doing that sort of thing unless I had the combo in hand, I think, and was just trying to buy time until I could go off. Whereas right here, I'm certainly on the defensive without that Ponder, and without a third land to get my V-click out. Can certainly just use these guys as just as beaters and play that kind of game as well. Yeah, he's got a lot of cantrips. Okay. Well, whatever he's looking for, he's probably going to get there. Kind of tempted to just fire a bolt at his head here, since I have very little else to do, and his land all does a lot of damage to him. I'll save one, but he's not presenting me with anything right now that I technically really need that for. Okay, well, there's the other half of the combo, but we are still light on lands here. Cabal Therapy, oh, that is ugly. I guess there's see what he's going to name. He did not see the twin, but he saw the click and the Deceiver Exarch. He could take the bolt. I don't think that that's what he would do, but again, I don't know. He could feel his life total is under a bit of pressure here. Or he could think he's ready to go off, and we'll find out what he's going to do. But yeah, my only guess here is that he's made some sort of budget consideration, and that this is supposed to be mana confluence, because I can't imagine needing to get to, okay, he took the V-click. Like I say, I can't imagine needing to get to that many Pentacolor lands. Dig through time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're not there yet. I guess that would be another good reason to have bolted him. I could have dug here to unload the other bolt. We will wait. Really have no business winning this game, but my opponent is dirtling to the extreme. Whatever his combo would be. Say, normally I would look at these things and expect some kind of 5-color combo, but he's cast a bunch of hand disruption and cantrips. It really can't be anything other than that. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and bolt him here. Brainstorm. Okay, so I can dig here, or I can brainstorm. I'm going to main phase Brainstorm to try to get to another land drop. And I did. Okay, so we're going to put the twin back on top. And play the land. Alright, now I have the option of bolting him or digging on his turn. I'm still a couple turns away from winning here. If he Cabal Therapies, then I could dig thereafter. I can also use the dig to try to find a Force of Will if that becomes necessary. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . He's going to Burning Wish. For Dark Petition, so some kind of Dark Petition Storm deck here. Okay, now we've got a Cabal Ritual. And now the Dark Petition. Okay, so my options here are I can bolt him to 3, but right now he's only going to need that City of Brass, presumably, to go off from here. So I think the best option is to dig. And 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and I did find, so I'm going to take the 2 forces. All right. So let's see. Flusterstorm, looks like I'm going to want that. Aethersworn Canonist, going to want that. So what do I take out? I think I can take the bolts out. It's just like I could win a race against him potentially because he's doing so much damage to his himself with his lands. Don't feel like I need engineered explosives. Maybe I keep a bolt in. Could certainly keep in the Pyroblast just for his cantrips. That's an option 2. But not enough that I want to board anything out. It's debatable. Jace could be way too slow here, but it's certainly going to help me lock up a game. Gives me something other than the combo. So yeah, I think I'm okay with that. We're gonna submit there. Okay, so he'll be on the play. This has a Force of Will. I've got a Brainstorm. My only problem here is if he duresses and takes the Brainstorm, I am in no shape to do much for a little while, but I'm going to take a flyer on it. Okay, he's going to ponder, so. All right. Okay, good. I will just play Island and pass. All right, there's a drop, so we're actually seeing a little bit here. Well, let's see what I want to do here. He could take the Force with the duress, which I don't really want. So I'm going to Brainstorm. Let's see. He can't take Canonist, so I can leave that in the hand. I think I'll put a Twin and then the Force. And we'll see what he takes here. Okay, he took the twin. And now he'll ponder. Oh. And this is one of the many reasons that I've argued repeatedly. I think I still believe that Brainstorm, it would be better for the format if it was banned. The fact that, you know, Black's main strength is this targeted discard kind of thing, and that Brainstorm can so effectively neuter it. I mean, unless he's waiting for the exact turn he was going to go off, I mean, you know, this didn't do at all what he wanted it to do, since I still have the force. Alright, so I could play the Canonist here with force backup for the Canonist. Now, if I do that, however, I'm losing the other twin, which is hanging out down there. I have to consider what he might have, but I think I like the idea of getting some pressure on him here. So am I willing to shuffle away that other twin? Yeah. Okay. Now we get a Tundra. And we'll ship the turn. Alright, well, Lotus Petal, you can certainly cast that and something else. And he's going to ponder. So unless he has a plan B for his combo, he is almost certainly going to have to find something to try to take the Canonist off the board. And my thing will be his lands do a bunch of damage to him, so going to try to put enough pressure on his life total here before he can find it, or at least before he can find it and fight through a force of will. I'm gonna suppose, at least since I'm seeing dual lands here, that probably the weird Colosseum thing is the only budget consideration. I guess I don't know for sure, but and of course it'll be good for legacy players once Mana Confluence rotates out of standard. It's in all these 3-color standard aggro decks right now. If you're not following standard, you're like, why the hell is this so expensive? That's why. If it does take a dip at rotation, I would pick them up though, because it's certainly going to be valuable down the line. All right, we've got another duress now here. So, what are my options here? Well, you know, again, I can't, on account of my Canonist, I can't Snapcaster Brainstorm to save this force again. So, basically, the Force of Will is the only thing he can take from this hand. So the question is whether or not I want to force the duress just to protect the information. And no, I don't think so. And tapping a City of Brass, take that damage. Okay, and I think I want to let's see, I could brainstorm now, because I won't be able to brainstorm and cast a counterspell next turn, so I think I'm going to go ahead and brainstorm now. But I find nothing particularly useful. A land and another Pester might flash away. Okay. All right, we've got a Burning Wish. Void Snare. All right. So he will be able to use a Void Snare, but that's a sorcery, as it must be for Burning Wish. So next turn he will be able to bounce the Canonist off the board. Meantime, I'm going to flash in another Pestermite. Tap that city, do that damage, and all right, well, he's going to scoop to that. So I guess he couldn't have done enough with his damage lands next turn. So, all right, well, thank you for joining me. Join me again for another match coming up. Hey everyone, it's Chris, MTGO's RexDart. We're back with some more Splinter Twin in Legacy. I'm on the draw. I do have Force of Will, have a basic and a brainstorm. So not much else I can do until turn 3. So if we're gonna keep it, but this may be one of those where I gotta hold that brainstorm. I can't afford to get landlocked there. The top, huh? Off of a Valk, so probably blue, white, red miracles. So I could force the top. Or I could wait and try to force a counterbalance later, but I might have counter magic open. We're going to force the top with, I think I'm going to want Jace, but I'm a ways off from Dig. This stuff will be good for against them. I'm going to get rid of the Dig. So there goes the counterbalance. Brainstorm. Okay, well, thankfully I get a shuffle effect here, a couple of shuffle effects if he doesn't rip a 1. I'm going to put back a couple of the Snapcasters and draw one of them. If he has a 1 blind, I could be in a little bit of trouble here. Ponder. Okay, you revealed a Tundra. Okay. All right. Pondering again while I know the coast is clear. And Island Man, let's see. Okay. Okay, so I can V-click here. Likely runs that into a counter spell. Or I can snap Brainstorm here. It's a much higher likelihood that he's going to have. I could snap Ponder on my turn. Let's run the V-click out and see what we get there. He's going to have much fewer threes, so this feels like this is going to probably draw a hard counter. Okay, he's going to Brainstorm and top a like an entreat or something here. If he has one. Okay, yeah, so he topped the entreat. I'm going to snap Ponder. Okay, land, Jace, Ponder. All right. Okay, then he's going to V-click here. Yeah, it's ugly because if he takes the force, he can land his Jace. Well, he's going to be able to land his Jace either way. He's drawing me into the Ponder off the shuffle if he does that. giving away the game a little bit there. He might, to this point, have thought this was a mirror match. Okay, he's going to force back to resolve that one. It will resolve, so I'm hoping the last card in his hand is not Jace the Mind Sculptor. Because I know the top of his library is still that Entreat the Angels. And I've got a Ponder coming, so I can find another threat here, but if he gets Jace down, that's going to be trouble. Now he's going to Miracle and Entreat. So I'm going to have to look for that Engineered Explosives. So I guess I may as well shuffle here. He's just going to Entreat for 2. What's going on? He's waiting on his own Miracle trigger here. Okay. You have to put that on the stack, bud. Okay. All right. Well, even if I had a combo, I'm losing this race here. We're going to fetch. What did he reveal? Did he have a 1? No. Okay. Pestermite, Scalding Torrent. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Do I want a fresh shuffle there? I can use the Pestermites to tap down the Angels and try to buy time. So I've got to do it in his upkeep. Yeah, and that's not going to get there. So let's see, this turn I can tap down one of the Angels, block the other Angel, and go to 1. Yeah, I should have done that in the reverse order. Last turn I could have made him at least trade the V-click if I had played the Pestermite first, but now I can't afford to do that. And that will be game. Okay, so let's go sort these out here. Let's see. What am I interested in? I would think Pyroblasts. Fluster Storms. Let's see here. I guess I could take the bolts out. Obviously, they're good against Jace. But again, I have a lot of, flash creatures and things that are pretty good against Jace as it is. Do I really need that? Otherwise it's just going to take out the stray V-click or whatever here. Again, Pyroblast is going to do that anyways and have more functionality. The question is, do I want to strip out, aspects of the combo, or do you strip out the combo? I don't think so. There's not enough to bring in. I think you want at least the possibility to do that, even though it has its problems against Terminus, obviously. Don't know what the deck creator would have said here. I guess I'm going to take the bolts out, but it just doesn't see. If you strip out the combo, it seems like you lose most of your game against them. I think that you want to have that angle. So anything else that I would really want here? No, I don't think so. I'll submit there. I'll be on the play. And that looks okay. That's a little annoying. Basic mountain there, but I'll keep it. Alright, we're going to lead on the Tarn. And I could ponder here. In fact, I think I will. Get a Volk. A couple Brainstorms and a Spell Snare. I like all that. And since this ain't going to be online for a little while, so we'll going to top, which I am definitely getting rid of. The question is with what. Force it with Counterspell's not online for a little while yet here, but I like that in the late game. I get rid of one of the Pestermites. Let's see if he forces back. And sadly he does. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to be leaving up Spell Snare, and then we can brainstorm if he does not try to land a counterbalance here. Oh, he won't be able to now, so... What am I drawing next turn? Another brainstorm? What am I missing? Land drop? No, we'll get a card deeper. So pretty much wrecked his hand to resolve that top, but I think it's the right thing to do, because you're just in so much better position that this is the most important spell of the two by far. All right, I'm going to try to brainstorm here now. I got a force and a land and a fetch here. All right. Well, now I have hard counters up plus force of will. I also have a barking dog in the background. Sorry about that. Home today and my wife's at work, so I left the window open for the dog out in the living room, and that was probably a mistake. Now it's going to see everything that happens and bark at it. All right, so I can shuffle away that land or not. I will just let. I want to hit that fourth land drop. All right, brainstorming, topping, shuffling. Monastery Mentor, huh? I do not want that to resolve. Blue. So, I think I can, let's see, counterbalance, spell snare. Although I'd like to I want to get the Pestermite into play, I think. He could have a swords here, but I'd like to get that in and start putting a little pressure on him, and then I could try to dig for a Splinter Twin on a later turn. So I'm going to go ahead and burn this fetch, although it pains me a little to do it. Let's see, just get a Volk. And blue, red. He might hard counterspell this. He burned his last fetch. Okay, he's going to dig. I think I'm going to force his dig and then with Brainstorm, and then use my own dig to try to get the combo. What did that do? That was the wrong way to do that. Okay, see, I can dig here, or I can snap for a Brainstorm. I think we're gonna dig here. Blue, blue. Dig through time. Get rid of force. Force. Ponder, Scalding Tarn, Flooded Strand, and what have I got left? A Brainstorm, a Counter Spell, and a Spell Snare. I'll get rid of the Spell Snare. Okay. No, man, I did find a Jace. So I think I'll take Force of Will and Jace. I guess online you kind of have to watch the way that Pestermite thing works, because it actually gives you, and I should have paid attention to that, it actually gives you a little box there that says what it's doing. So you're not tapping an already tapped permanent. I think it tries to be smart and guess what you want to do. Deceiver RexDart doesn't have the problem because you can't untap an opponent's permanent, so it's just decided by what you have. Okay. Red, blue, blue, Jace. Alright, he doesn't have enough mana to hard cast a force, but if he found Counterspell, okay, I guess he did not. Okay, he's gonna use a shuffle and once again try to find Counterspell. And he does not find it. And there's a fetch, a ponder, and an Exarch. Alright, we'll just put okay. Venser, okay. Force Venser with the Snapcaster. Okay, and we'll go to sideboarding, and I'm still happy with where we're at. We're going to submit there. I was way ahead on resources that game. Certainly raises the question of whether the combo is necessary. Is it overkill? You know, was I going to win that game anyways with what I had out if that had just been, say, a dig through time and I'd just been able to get even further ahead? But I don't like that hand at all. It's a mulligan. Ugh, this is goobery too, but I'm going to keep it. Better than going to 5. I don't know what that, maybe the calculation will be different when we get to the new mulligan rule, which again on the whole I think is going to help combo decks, but I would not normally say this kind of combo deck, which is just a control deck with the combo stapled onto it. Alright, he's playing the long game here. Makes sense, he's ahead on time. I need to hit another land. Yeah, I really need to see a cantrip in the early game here, because otherwise I have very little action until turn 3 with this. He did not find a land with that brainstorm, and I have an island. So now I got a little bit of action here. So he drew the other known. Now he's brainstormed. And should be able to find a land here. I'm probably just going to click him at end of turn. I'm going to get another Volk. Blue, blue, blue. Okay, red blast. Do I want to fight over this? Certainly could. With the Deceiver Exarch. If he has a Jace next turn, that's problematic for me. But I could take the Jace with the V-click. I'm going to fight over it. We'll pitch the Deceiver Exarch. Oh, and he had a Flusterstorm. Alright. Alright, well, I've got more counter magic. Well, we can just play this out for a little while. Snapcaster Mage. What is he gonna snap? A Brainstorm, I assume. So I can counterspell that, but no, that's no, I'm gonna have to let this go. Okay, I could Flusterstorm the Brainstorm, and that still leaves counterspell up. All right, Snapcaster Beats. Counterbalance. Let's see. What can I do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can dig here, end of turn. Or I can just try to counterspell this. I can dig first, but then I'd have to find a force. I think we're just going to go for the counterspell on that. Okay, that was good. And there's a Pestermite. Monastery Mentor, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue. I can't quite dig and play Pestermite this turn, and I really want to get that Pestermite out. We're gonna let that go. Should have played it when, yeah, for the Pyroblast. I should have played it while Monastery Mentor was on the stack. And there's Engineered Explosives. I guess that's pretty good. Okay. I could cast it for 3, but I think I just can cast it for 0. And then I think I'm going to dig also. Let's go blue, dig, and get rid of Pestermite, Scalding Tarn, V-Click. I'll leave the Ponder, I guess. The Counterspell? No. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Ponder. Okay. What do I want? I need a combo. I don't have it. Alright, I guess I'll get Brainstorm and Force of Will. No, and there's a top. Ugh, that is ugly. Alright. Alright, I've got a land. Let's see, we're gonna Brainstorm. There's a Jace, but I need to be able to use the Engineered Explosives first. Let's put back those 2 lands. Play that. Shuffle for Volk. getting close to just dead to Monastery Mentor here. Alright, he picked up his top, and he's going to recast the top to prowess everything. So he's got 5 power, he just needs 1 more power to get the kill. And he's got a dig, so that will get him to 6, and that will be the game. All right. Join me in again for one more match today, and we'll see how that goes. Hey everyone, it's Chris, MTGO's RexDart, playing Legacy Splinter Twin here. We're on the play. Keep that. I don't know if you guys have been watching any of the spoilers for Battle for Zendikar, but some interesting ones coming out. It looks like there are going to be enemy manlands, which is cool. Be interesting to see if any of them end up in legacy playable colors and costs. I think the first one is green blue, but it costs 4 to activate. That's probably a little much. You see Creeping Tar Pit is played in legacy, however Celestial Colonnade is not, even though those colors would be fine with that sort of thing ordinarily. So I would say that that's probably the cutoff line. As we know, 3 is fine and 5 isn't. I don't think 4 really gets you there. Red, black, blue, green. So I don't know. A Badlands is an odd pull. There are some 4-color Delver Teps or something here. We'll see, I guess, shortly. Could just be a well, let's see. Okay, there's a Volk. I'm getting bolted. All right. Bolt to the face for me. It could be some kind of 4-color Delver Grixis with a... Yeah, okay. That would make sense. See, I can try to counterspell the Deathrite Shaman. I guess it's a question of whether this goes long, whether this is a big deal for me. I think I'm going to let it go. I do have my own bolts. I may be able to find one. I think we'll go on a brainstorm here. No, undo. Oh, wait. Okay, now we'll brainstorm. Well, let's see. There's the combo, but I need more lands. I think there's a lot of the combo. Like, how much of it do I need to keep? So throw back. He's gonna have bolts, so I'll throw back a Pestermite and this other Brainstorm, and then I'll draw the Brainstorm next turn and then fetch. Now I'll hide the twin. Yeah, they'd probably draw the twin and then fetch and then brainstorm. Need to hit some land drops here. Alright, well, let's see if he's really fun. He could have some kind of 4-drop or something here. No, just more cantrips. And then a Thoughtseize. Certainly could have spent the brainstorm here, because that's possible. Everything else, there's a lot of redundancy, so he's going to take the hard counter. Draw the Splinter twin. Alright, and we're going to brainstorm. And there's a land. So what am I going to shuffle away? Definitely going to want the bolt. I guess I don't need to shuffle away just yet. We'll put the Pestermite back on top, and then the Splinter twin. Play the land and bolt the Shaman. And it's a Tarmogoyf. What kind of clock's that gonna put me on? Well, a reasonably fast one, for which I don't have a lot of answers. So I certainly could be tempted to force this and pitch the dig. I'm not going to be able to counter if he's going on Abrupt Decay anyways. I guess I could have forced with the Force. That probably was the better play. Alright, then draw the twin. And he will brainstorm. Thoughtseize. Alright, well, here's the question. He did this correctly. He kept up Abrupt Decay mana. So I can force this with Pestermite and try to go for the win. However, I'm left handless if I do that. The alternative is he's going to take the twin, and then I am left with two Duders and the Force of Will. I'm gonna bet he has Abrupt Decay, and if he has Abrupt Decay, forcing this with the Pester Might and then going for the win is terrible, because I end up with absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna let it resolve. Okay. I guess I wouldn't have lost the twin because he was going to have Abrupt Decay the Exarch on his turn anyway, so I probably should have just let's see. It doesn't really matter. We'll tap down the Deathrite Shaman, make him spend the mana, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, he was going to have to Abrupt Decay it on his turn, so I definitely should have gone ahead and done that. I mean, it still leaves me. Well, it's still the same out But if I'd known I was going to draw another Pestermite, but from that position, I would have had to force. I would have forced pitching the Pestermite and played the Exarch, and then he would have had to. I would have had the Splinter Twin still in hand, but again, I had no idea I was going to draw another Pestermite. Let's see. I played the Exarch here as well. No, I don't see any reason to. Oh, man, I don't know what the hell I just did there. I just clicked through an attack step so that I can lose the race. This is all kinds of awesome, guys. Brainstorm. I also could play that 5th land out so that I could hardcast Force. It's what is going on here, dude? Did we crash? What's the deal? Okay. He has 4 cards in hand. What is going on here, Moto? You're killing me. Let me close this. I don't know what else is going on. Oh, there's a dig. Alright. Now I do play this out. So give me 6 in the yard and I can dig. Okay, we'll get Volk. And Volk again. And then we'll blue. Come on. What is going on, Moto? Alright, what do I want here? Well, sadly I didn't get getting any combo pieces here. Got a V-click, could kind of help me turn the race. Jace would be pretty good, I think. I also got some counter magic. So I think I'm definitely going to take the Jace and then just take the counter spell. Won't be quite enough lands. The other thing, I could take Brainstorm, but I'm going to take V-click. Okay. Alright, he's going to go to 9. Crack a Tarn. Okay, he's going to snap caster here. I guess he could snap bolt, try to get me here. I could force the snapcaster, pitching at this point probably the Exarch. Well, the Exarch can block the snapcaster mage. I could just force pitching force here. I think we're going to do that. Alright, now when do I want to click him? I could click him on the draw step, end step. So is there anything I really don't want him to have? Just the sorcery speed. Okay, he's going to dig. So if I land the Jace, I pretty much have got to bounce Deathrite Shaman, otherwise I'm dead in short order. And I'm dead in any event to a Lightning Bolt plus Deathrite Shaman at this point, so... Now he's spent 2. If I were him, I guess that's probably what I would go try to look for, is just the bolt and try to get the kill. Yeah, maybe a lot of people in North America hopping on Moto for the holiday. Server's a little strained, perhaps. I'm not sure. But it seemed to be lagging a little bit. I haven't had problems like that with it in a while. So yeah, the other, I guess, new interesting spoilers. There's another blue-green Kiora that untaps a guy and a land for a +1. It could be interesting in Modern. You're able to untap a land and a mana dork if you're kind of powering into it early. Kind of hold something up, hold up counter magic. I'm not sure. There could be some kind of deck there. I don't think there's anything existing that necessarily that's good in, but we'll see. There have been various sort of blue-green aggro control decks over the years. Not a lot of them that want to operate in that high of a curve, typically, though. No, he found a Daze. He's not even playing Wastelands, or doesn't appear to be. Seems an odd thing to have, but alright. And there's a Tarn. Blue, 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 blue. Jace. Daze again? Okay. You know, yet another Daze? Should I have played that Scalding Tarn pre-combat? You gotta be kidding me, man. Okay. I mean, you know, I'm thinking I need to keep that in my hand to maybe put back whatever. I wasn't figuring after this I was going to get double dazed, but I guess there you go. What a weird hand for him to have had. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking he had in hand, but it certainly wasn't 3 dazes. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Weird game. Again, that doesn't seem like an obvious misplay to me, to hold a land in hand for that Jace. I don't think he's going to have Spell Pierces post pre-board, so I'm like, well, what is he going to have? Double Daze. Well. Well, I basically need to kill that Deathrite Shaman or lose. Hey, I've got a Bolt. It'll leave me a 1. Lightning Bolt. So let's see if that click-through attack would have mattered. This would have put him to 3. True name Nemesis. Okay. Well, okay, Seaver XR couldn't have attacked through that anyways, so that puts me dead next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and tap this, do this in case I top deck a Splinter Twin. Nope, did not get there. Alright, so we're going to scoop. Yeah, see, I have him to 3. Yep, okay, so it wouldn't have mattered as it turned out, but yeah, clearly the correct thing, given the fact that I ended up drawing a bunch of extra dorks, would have been to go ahead and try to protect that Splinter Twin from the Thoughtseize, because again, he would have had to blow the Abrupt Decay on his turn, not on mine, because of the tap land, so... Alright, well, here's where I'm bringing in these budget replacement for misdirections. And let's see, what else do I want to bring in? Staticaster's hit anything on his end? It hits a few things. Let's see what might actually be bad here. Pyroblast has some targets. It has enough targets to want to keep it in, I think. But Engineered Explosives could be good on just as I need the extra removal. I like Jace. I mean, this again. There's just the way this board is set up. It's like there are times I would think when he would board out of the combo, but he doesn't really have enough in this board to come in. There must be matchups where he at least contemplated that, and then something like this where it's super removal heavy seems like it would be, but there's just not nearly enough stuff to bring in against this for that. If I was going to board out of the combo against that kind of deck, I guess you'd bring in the relics, all the pyroblasts, and you'd maybe just keep in your pestermites, just kind of play flash beaters, but I don't know. I'm not feeling that. I think we keep it in. So the question then is, what do we cut? It's not combo, so I think we'll cut 2 of the forces. Because on one hand, yes, you can protect your combo with it, but not from Abrupt Decay. Yeah, I got to assume he's playing that. We didn't see any, but doesn't seem a lot of incentive there for the black, unless it's just for the death rights. I mean, I think most of the 4-color lists that I had been seeing were using that, so unless that's a recent change, that they're not running it. But yeah, I mean, the force I don't really think I need. It just brings me down cards against him. I'll keep in a couple just for protecting my guys. The relics could be useful against the Tarmogoyfs. Do I want to just bring in relics instead of these last couple of forces? Nope, I guess I don't have time now. So, well, if this was a relic, we'll find out if that would have been a good... well, hell, I don't know if I can keep this hand. It's got no action. Has a Jace and a... I don't know, man. It's got no early cantrips. Well, this is just terrible. But it's got to be better than going to 5, right? Or do I go to 5 and get some hand with like some brainstorms and stuff and get there? If I rip the land, I get there. Huh? I don't know. Hell with it. We're gonna keep it. If I can get the second blue source, I can hold him off for a little while. I guess I will just happily spend this Pyroblast on whatever cantrip he leads off with here. Oh, he's gonna Thought Seize me instead. Okay. I took the Pyroblast, which I think makes the most sense. Hit that land. Yeah, there we go. Hitting some lands. Just rip 3 more lands and get there. Okay, guess not. Okay, Brainstorm. Guess I'm going to have to let that one go. I'm basically going to have to counterspell all of his threats. Tarmogoyf definitely would have to get counterspelled. Possibly Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of now. Because that Deathrite Shaman is going to take a long time to kill me. Hey, there's a Brainstorm. Could Brainstorm now and try to hit a land, but if I whiff, then I can't counterspell anything, so I'm going to just hold that for his turn. And pray. Obviously, possibly going to counterspell this. Pyroblast it, I guess. Yeah, he is. Okay. Alright, well, I hit an island here. Okay. I can play the Exarch, but he could have any number of things that will kill that, and I'm not immediately going to die, so... Okay. That's a little better. Give me some kind of threat of my own. I don't necessarily think I have to go for it yet. Again, obviously the he can take it from the hand with a Thought Seize. But he would just be able to take this Splinter Twin either way. Alright, he is probably holding up some counter magic here, but I just need to... explosives. Well, I could explosives on one, just try to get rid of that Deathrite Shaman. Seems reasonable. I'll go for that. I'm gonna let him do this one more time rather than blow it now. I want to hold up the counter spell. Okay. Alright, I guess I will blow it now. Okay, he's going to dig in response since I am tapped out. Now, that's, you know, I don't like to see that, but at the same time, him snapcastering a bunch of pyroblasts back was going to be annoying, so... Okay, well, snapcaster of my own, not that it's doing me any good there. These decks be so greedy. These 4-color decks, I tell you. And then Brainstorm. Yeah, he certainly won the cantrip and draw spell race here pretty handily. Me having to mulligan to 6 there was not pleasant. Thoughtseize. I can let him take the twin. Or I can counterspell that, but then if he has a good threat here, or he could Snapcaster Thoughtseize and still get that. I think we're going to counterspell it. Am I lucky enough he's got nothing else? I really did get lucky there. Alright. So Kratka fetch on his turn. And then he's going to Snapcaster the Brainstorm, presumably. So it would have been nice to hit a land here. I guess I can counterspell that as well. Um, Oh, and he had the Pyroblast. Okay, well he's basically pulled so far ahead at this point. I don't think I can get back in it here. I mean, I can neutralize the Snapcaster Mage pretty easily with the Deceiver Exarch, but he won the Cantrip War here. I didn't draw very many at all, and he drew a bunch of Pyroblasts and a bunch of Cantrips, and that worked out for him. And he's able to play a very controlling game, certainly post-board. Again, one wonders how he does against Wasteland decks, because that's going to be pretty nasty for him. But oh, he has Wastelands too? You've got to be kidding me! What, Mister? All right, that is the stupidest. Okay. I mean, I'm playing a modern deck in Legacy, but this guy is really playing a modern deck in Legacy. Let's see how greedy we can get with our mana base. Holy cow. I mean, honestly. Okay. Okay, do I want to click here? Or wait till the end step? I think we'll click here. True Name Nemesis, an Abrupt Decay, a Golgari Charm. Wow, okay. Ugh. I think the way to go is get rid of the Abrupt Decay and try to just top deck into a Splinter Twin. Because the Golgari Charm won't... Well, it will stop for one turn the Deceiver Exarchs, won't it? And it will destroy the enchantment. There's really no... He has 2 outs to that, essentially. Whereas if I take the True Name, it certainly cuts down on his amount of time. God, yeah, he's going to always be able to get rid of this. I'm going to have to get rid of that True Name. Well, he has a million things open that can stop this, so... Gary Charm, Abrupt Decay. Yeah, they say that's just why it seems like maybe there's supposed to be a plan to board out of the combo, but there just isn't the stuff in the sideboard. So like say here it would have been board into like the relics and pyroblasts, and I guess what keep in the forces. And so why abrupt decay that? Well, okay, you got it, sir. Could have Golgari charmed that. Can I stop him from casting Golgari Charm? What is it, a black and a green? Ah, he's got 2 blacks open. So even if I play the Exarch here, tap one of his blacks. Okay, if I rip a force, oh, I didn't. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can dig with everything, but all he has to do is, yeah, he can cast the Golgari Charm, and then next turn get me down to. Let's see, just real quick. Is there any way I can get out of this? See, next turn he's got me. Is this guy summoning sick or not? Did he just play him? No, he didn't. So he's gonna be able to get me down to 3. He's got me dead in the next turn. So. Yeah, Golgari Charm to destroy the enchantment on the crackback. Yep, that'll do it. So, all right, guys. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and cast it and see if he does it. Okay, he's just got the abrupt decay. Okay, he had his second abrupt decay. All right. So anyways, guys, good matches, close. I feel like there needs to be some kind of board plan. Maybe the creator had an idea for that, but it seems rough against decks with abrupt decays, ton of removal, and I don't think the difference between not having those misdirections was the problems. They didn't draw them. But anyways, thanks for joining me, guys, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.